Hello, I'm Lori McGilvery, and this is 30-Minute Mastermind with Julia Nandel, Simon Turkis, and Lori McGilvery. And we are going to spend the next 30 minutes talking on a topic that one of us has noticed that's going on in the world today. And it's all about coming from the inside out instead of letting the outside control everything that you're thinking and you're being. What we're going to be working on and talking through is how to shift that from letting the outside world control everything in your life to how do you go in and let your inside world control your life and your surroundings. And Simon had a really great interaction in this last week that he shared with Juliana and I. And if you would just share a little bit of what your experience was, it was fascinating.
Great, yes. Hi, everybody. So the other week, about a week ago pretty much, I was just walking around in Norwich city centre and I was taking a photograph of something, and a woman came up to me and she said, oh, there's another bit of graffiti like that around the corner. And then we got into a kind of conversation for probably about 15 minutes, I would say, which is pretty unusual. I think especially in the UK, people don't normally talk to strangers like that, but it was a really good conversation. We talked about some different issues like what's been going on with the lockdown and different things like that, and she said that she's a nurse and she's been finding it very difficult, all of this lockdown. But she felt really, by the end of it, she said she found it really helpful just having a chat with somebody, which I think is one of the reasons she might have come up to me. And she said I looked quite friendly, so it was good to have a chat with somebody that looked approachable like that. And what I've noticed in the last, let's say, 3 or 4 months is people have become increasingly more talkative, even in shops, restaurants, whereas before they might have just said a couple of words. Now they might have a full conversation with you, which is really nice, I think. I feel like this crisis that we're all going through, it's actually bringing people together more, in a sense. Because we've gone through this lockdown, so it's actually showing people that we need human interaction, because as much as these kind of interactions through Zoom and video chat are useful and great in many ways, we also still need that face-to-face contact with people. So yeah, that's the gist of what I've noticed anyway recently. How about you, Julie? Oh.
And you said she was a nurse?
Yeah, she was a nurse. Yeah. And she's gone through a lot of stress, I think, in the wards and everything. Seeing all that's been going on, because it's been a particularly bad situation here in the UK. Probably if you're watching this from abroad, you probably heard on the news about what's happened. It's kind of fairly similar to what's been going on in America, unfortunately. Yeah.
So the trauma and the non-stop pace of all of it, and just needing a friendly smile or a friendly person to just say hello to, just have a normal chat conversation with, outside of all this trauma that's going on in her life constantly from morning to night while she's working.
Yes,
I can't imagine. I cannot even imagine being in her shoes. I've tried to, but I just cannot imagine what it would be like. And that I remember you saying when you first shared it that she said it made her day. You stopping and just having that few-minute chat just took a few minutes out of your day and just gave of yourself and to her. Just stranger, complete stranger.
I think it's a great story to share, and it shows so much that, like, especially nurses, they are all the time in that position where they give so much of themselves, of their workforce, and yeah, so their cups are sometimes getting so empty, and you did a good job on maybe filling her what I call emotional cup. So just
That's
with that tiny little conversation that you had with her, you made her day, and engaging and interacting with her filled her emotional cup probably. So it made her feel good, and yeah, and she might be able to give back again better. You know, her service, yeah, is thriving then as well. So, and in the end, you felt better too, I guess, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Having that little interaction with her, it made you feel good, I guess, as well, that you could give to somebody.
Definitely, yeah. I think that's what people should or could realize, is that like giving a smile or a nice conversation with someone, it doesn't take anything from you. It actually enhances your life. It makes your life better, I think.
Yeah.
And then it passes on like the butterfly effect.
Exactly,
Yes,
absolutely.
that's
the
it.
ripples.
The ripples, absolutely the ripples. There's two things that come to mind in this conversation is when you give, you get. This is what it means. You gave of yourself. You gave a smile. You gave some kind words. You don't have to give money. Most people really want some kind of just acknowledge me for being a human being.
Yeah.
And especially in this kind of a situation of you didn't know who she was. You didn't know what she did. You didn't know any of her thinking of anything in the world. You just saw someone who started a conversation to help direct you somewhere, and it led to a conversation. You gave your time, and that's all she really was looking for, was just someone to chat with for a minute and lifted her day. When you give, you get. And the second thing is always leave everyone better for having met you. And you did both of those things. You did both of those things. You just gave from your heart, just because. It was another human being that, as you started chatting, I know Simon, Julianne, I know you and Simon are both very in tune with people. You're very intuitive about people. And I think this is one of the things that we need to make sure that we're starting to do more of, is be more in tune. And I do believe that this is happening. I think it's a natural thing that is starting to happen a bit more. Like she said to you, you look like a friendly person, you know? So people are getting more and more in tune, I think, with others and paying attention a bit more. And
I think probably because of the situation we've been in, obviously there's a lot of negatives, but there have been definitely some positives, and it's forced us to slow down, which is, I think, is what we as a society and the world needed. We were rushing through things, and we needed to slow down and take a gentler pace. And I think there's been lots of study or lots of polls in the UK and probably in other countries that show that people want this. They want to continue with this slower pace of life. They don't want to go back to the 9-to-5 grind. Many people are calling for like a 4-day working week, for example, to have more time with their family and friends, and to just relax and not be stressed and working all the time. And I think that's what this crisis could teach us, hopefully. And it's better for the economy, and it's better for nature as well.
Absolutely.
There's so many positives, and you know, you get what you focus on. You get what you focus on. If you focus on the positive of what's going on, what are all, like we're talking, what are all the positive things coming out? If you look for the positive, you'll find it. If you look for the negative, you'll find that as well, for sure. And you have to choose, what do you want in your life, and choosing to have the better things in life. This, to me, has been far better. It's been far better. I mean, the three of us have come up with doing this together. We've been chatting now for a couple of months, and just through our chatting and having our own little mastermind together, this has evolved and has been born from it. I mean, this is fantastic that we're now able to share some of our inner love and care and from the inside out with others now.
And what would you say? Would you say that like kindness or genuine kindness takes more courage? I mean, people obviously are looking for more kindness in the world because they feel so much in need, especially after or throughout this whole COVID situation. And you can still feel it now that with chaos going on outside, that real, genuine kindness is something that people crave for.
Yes.
But in the end, it seems sometimes that it takes more courage to be a kind person. When so much chaos is going on outside, then it's easier, of course, and more obvious to get in that same snowball, you know, and just keep going with what's going on and what we are presented by.
Yeah.
But then it's up to us, and it's up to everyone's own morality to say, no, I choose to be kind, and it doesn't matter what's going on there, or if that person is attacking me, or if that one is having a nasty day and just dropping all on me or on others. I'm still gonna choose to be kind because I can
It's a choice.
I can make at least a difference for my own inner peace, you know?
That's
Yeah.
Because
it.
my own inner peace should be the most valuable thing. And that might sound at the moment, maybe a little bit egotistical, but it's not. Because how can I give and be of service or be a better person, a kind person to others, if I'm not that in the first place to my own self?
That's right. When you help yourself, you're impacting others around you. It's the ripples. It's what we've talked about, the impactology and the ripples of things. Can I show this really quickly? And Simon, maybe we can drop this into somewhere that...
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julia, you know that? You helped me create this. So this is living from the inside out, and that's exactly what Julianne was talking about. And when you're living from the inside out, you are choosing which side of this that you want to live on every day, whether you want to live in the negative or you want to live in the positive. And a lot of the reason for living in the negative is just ignorance. It's not knowing. It's just not knowing, not understanding enough of whatever the situation or the topic, or and you know, what kind of information are you allowing? You can see it's all about everything going in, the see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. That's the external world driving everything you're doing. You need to go in. You need to get into your higher faculties. And those are all inside, and let those drive how you're living every day. And that's another topic I think we need to get into on another 30-minute mastermind, because how are we for time, Simon? You're the timekeeper.
I think we've got about another 10 minutes or so.
Okay, great. So we'll get into that part of it on another full 30 minutes. But it's what are you doing with the negative and positive, and what are you allowing from the external world to drive what you're doing? See, hear, smell, taste, touch. What are you allowing of the external world to drive your inner world and your thinking? And getting inside and allowing all of your higher faculties of reason, memory, perception, intuition, will, imagination. Those are the things that you need to allow to drive what you're doing. And then we have paradigms. Paradigms are huge at what are driving how we're behaving and how we're reacting. Are you reacting or are you responding?
Yeah.
That's huge. You need to respond. You need to calmly respond to things. And when you're hanging in that negative and you're allowing all the external without doing study, deep study, and understanding and gaining the knowledge, not going after the negative, because that's easy. Going after the negative is easy. Really focusing on what do you want in your life? What do you want for yourself? What do you want to do to make this a better place? What do you want to do to leave this world a better place?
Guys, a positive thing just popped up on the screen. It said that a message from Zoom, they've removed the 40-minute time limit on our group chat today. So very cool.
Oh, woohoo! There we go.
There you go. We focused on the positive and we got it. Thank the Lord.
Wait, those great vibes have been sent out and they have been responded to. I love it. So when you're hanging in that negative part of things and you're letting that drive what you're doing, you're going through the worry, doubt, fear, anxiety, suppression, depression, dis-ease, and eventually disintegration. And you really want to stay as focused as possible on the positive and get that flipped. And there's so many things that we'll be sharing over the next weeks and months, doing the 30-minute mastermind on the little techniques to do these things, the little tools that are super simple, and
how to
flip things,
the how-tos, how to get out of survivor mode and getting into thriving mode. Because at the minute, I mean, it is challenging, and but challenges are good.
Challenges are growth.
It's just growing, you know, and it's meant to be there. It's meant to make us feel uncomfortable. It has its purpose to feel uncomfortable, but then choosing again to not dwell and remain in survivor mode, because our default is to be thriving and to be the best that we can, and to be more of what we can actually be, and it be against living and being alive, to not want more and not want the best for yourself, and not want the best for others then as well, you know.
Living to live.
Exactly.
And that's another topic. There's the living to live thinking and living to die meter thinking. That's a whole nother 30-minute mastermind topic. And there's a lot that we'll be bringing in the next weeks and months to come. And stories to go along with them as well.
Something I thought we could just touch upon today is, well, something I've been thinking about for some years actually, is how basically society, or the capitalist society we live in especially, it wants us, the people that own businesses or big businesses, let's say, they want through their marketing to make us feel bad about ourselves so that we will buy the products to then complete ourselves. Because I used to be into buying loads of clothes and technology and all that kind of stuff, because I maybe felt there was something missing, and also I was listening to all this advertising that would make me happy. But the more you get, the less satisfied you get with the stuff. You just doesn't fill the void. You just want to keep buying more and more of it. So I think you've got to become happy inside. Like you said, go inside and you realize you don't need exterior things like a new pair of shoes to make you happy.
True, because when you go inside, you actually realize how rich you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that you don't need this external materialism. Well, I mean, it's nice, and some of it, I guess, it's useful as well. And it's not to me. It's not up to me to judge whether this is good or whether it's bad. You know, if you want that, then it's up to you to want it, and it's not for me to say anything else. But truly. And that I think happened to a lot of people also during lockdown. They came to realize that, because they were deprived of going out or certain things that couldn't be done, that actually this that is a little gift this time for yourself, and to go inside yourself and look for answers inside, which sometimes are a little conversation that you don't want to hear or don't want to listen, but it spells truth and it spells learning. So
definitely.
Yeah. I think you have to be happy and content with what you have, and as you grow, and if you have bigger goals for achieving different things, you have to be happy and grateful with what you have currently. And I think this is a little bit of what you were talking about, that people got into this, I'm not happy or satisfied with what I have, thinking they aren't. And they don't, and that's living in lack. That's another topic for 30 minutes. We need to make sure we have all these topics to hand.
Shall I take notes?
So that's living in lack thinking. And allowing that external world to drive you in what you really want to do, because one of the things that gets confused a lot is you need to understand the more you earn, the more people you can help. The more you earn, the more people you can help in this world to make it a better place. So, but that's a huge difference of what you're talking about. The buying to buy hamster wheel that people can get into. But you have to be happy and content and grateful for what you have currently. And when you're in that space, then the rest flows. And as you're creating your goals for yourself and for the world around you and for helping others, because when you help others, you help yourself.
Definitely. Because the thing about...
And when you help yourself, the ripples, you're making the world a better place that way.
Definitely. And
go on,
what you said about the hamster wheel is so true, because people once they begin to, they're working and then they're earning a certain amount of money, and then they feel like they're almost compelled to go and spend almost all or more money than they have and get into debt or use credit cards on things that they don't really need, because they've had these false needs kind of subconsciously put into them. So rather than spending their money on useless things or things that will only give them momentary happiness, they should rather focus on like spending money on better nutrition, for example, or exercising,
That's right.
Travel is an amazing thing that you can learn. Not obviously it's difficult at the moment, but
It's so mind expanding. It's
yeah.
mind life expanding. It's life changing.
And there's that quote, isn't there, that travel is the only thing you spend money on that makes you richer. And I think that's really
understanding different cultures, you know, experiencing different cultures is just an incredible thing. It's a difficult thing to even describe, really.
Mm.
Would you say, Julianne?
Absolutely. Yeah, traveling is great. But I was just thinking of people who maybe are restricted, like a lot of us are now, or cannot travel anymore so easily because of health issues. That I was just thinking of friends of mine who, in spite of their circumstances of, the lady has MS, she's living with MS in Tenerife, and that's also their YouTube channel is called that. They are still making such an impact in everyday's life for themselves and for others, sharing their content and their happiness and their little world, whether it's on the balcony or drive around in some little village here on the island, and they share it on their YouTube channel, so the whole world can see it. So this is also making an impact, and it's another form of deprived traveling, I would say.
Yeah.
People who can not travel so easily because because maybe you're bound to home or wheelchair or whatever, but
and they're making the best of life on their balcony.
Yes.
At home,
looking for ways how to make it happen, how to actually give to the world and give to your own self as well.
Giving.
So,
Giving again.
We are again giving.
That's the word that keeps coming up. When you give,
giving.
you get.
Go giver. Be
go giver.
That's it.
I love it. I love it.
And do you remember, Julie, that we did a video, I don't know, about it maybe a year and a half ago, called Sharing is Caring?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. Yes, we did. It was not under the tree.
No.
No.
I think it was with the sunset behind us.
Yeah, true. In La Caleta, I think.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. We need to put that in the Facebook group, the 30-minute Mastermind Facebook group.
Will.
It was quite. It was a kind of spontaneous video, which is sometimes also very spontaneous.
Those are some. I think those are some of the best. Not rigidly planned out. Kind of let it flow.
Exactly.
And that's what this is kind of like too.
Yes, we're about at our 30 minutes, aren't we?
We have. Yeah. We can continue because we've got the extra time now. So if we want to continue, we can do.
Right.
What do you guys think? Do you think we should carry on?
Yeah, we can.
Go on.
Yeah. Let's go on as we've got the extra time.
Yeah, I think it's a good format to give. That's what we can do right now. It's and sometimes it's even seeing people, their faces, and you know, the vibes. You can actually feel the vibes of people even through the phone or the internet or the screen, you know.
Absolutely.
I can feel your vibes.
Yes.
And the law of vibration is the first one, the biggest law. and
this is Julianne's expertise, laws of the universe. We'll go there as well. We'll do some 30-minute masterminds on laws of the universe because Julianne is so well studied in that area.
Thank you.
We have so much to share on these 30-minute masterminds. I am so excited that we decided to just go for it and share with the world some of our private conversations that we've been having, because they're important to more than just the three of us. It's so much more important that other people are able to experience and ask questions. Absolutely ask questions in the chat, in Facebook.
Yeah.
Put the questions in there that you want to talk about. And we are more than happy to go down those roads of conversation. And whoever has questions or is experiencing something right now that they want us to help get them through it, we will do it.
Because sometimes
we might even bring you on here if it's a good question. We might bring you on here live with us.
Sometimes it's just a little nudge that you need, you know, to get you on the right path again, you know.
Absolutely.
It's not rocket science.
No, it's not. That's the interesting thing. It's so simple that I think everybody thinks it's so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somehow we've got this thinking going on that this is a really hard, difficult thing, and it's not. It's really, for me, it's easier. It's just easier this way.
You just need a computer and an internet connection, and that's it, really.
Yeah.
And you need to relax.
Yeah.
You need to relax.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I said,
and I'll tell you, having conversations with the two of you, with these masterminds and chatting and talking through so many personal things together, it's just such a way to get to know someone else in a real easy way.
Mm, definitely, I think
and
it's very
deeper.
beneficial.
Yeah, deeper. I have found I've had better, deeper conversations this way than sitting one-to-one. Somehow people are more, they tend to hold back more when you're person to person sometimes.
And that's what you were saying earlier, Julie, about like it's sometimes difficult. It takes bravery to open up to people, like that woman did in the street with me. It took it took really guts in a way to just start talking to a random person, and I think that's what holds a lot of people back from opening up. But now, probably because people are starved of attention, they're finding it, they're forcing themselves to do it, which is good.
You know what? Maybe also think of it, flipping that. It just came to mind as you were saying it. Trying to talk to people that you know closely. Maybe if you hold a different way of thinking than friends or family, it's easier to talk to a stranger. Because you can walk away, right? It's easy to.
Yeah.
And friends and family, you know, you've got to keep living with all of that. And, you know, maybe people are experiencing this difficulty of talking with friends and family at the moment, that they don't get it or they don't understand, or, you know, it's going on and on and on, and I don't want to hear anymore, or, you know, that kind of thing. So having conversation with others that you don't know, or they don't know you, they have no preconceived ideas about you, and you're just a person. You know, you're just a person that you're sharing. And yeah,
and just going back to like this format, for example, it's something that I think stops a lot of people is they think it has to be perfect before I have to get the right camera, I have to get the internet has to be perfect, I have to have my hair done properly. But I saw a good quote the other day, and I think it was something like the opposite of perfection is freedom, and I really I think that's so true, because in these kind of formats, or even in life, we always think we have to be putting up in this perfect front, but nobody's really
No.
judging us at all. It's all, much is in our head, this judgment from other people.
Absolutely. That, and back to this, the external world, letting the external world guide our thinking instead of, and the very best advice I had was from Bob Proctor, one of my mentors. You're not doing this for yourself. And when you get caught up in this, you know, is my hair perfect? Is this right? Is that right? You're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
You're doing this for others. And the only thing you need to be thinking about is giving your best self and listening as deeply and tuned in as possible so you can help the other person to a better place in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's all about. That is genuinely what this is all about. It's about helping someone else to a better place. And when you're thinking in that, you don't, the rest just falls away. You know, is my hair perfect? You know, is my makeup wrong? Or, you know, is the background okay? Is the everything in a perfect place behind me?
Because if you're waiting for the perfect moment, you'll never do anything, really.
It'll never be there. It'll never happen. You just have to take the step. One. What have I always said, Julianne? One step. That's it. When you're going through a day that you're not even sure if you can take that one step, just the slightest movement forward, just something, slightest movement forward, whether it's, you know, I need to call somebody right now to just say hello, you know, whatever it is, I need to write something down about forward, something forward. We have to keep going. We have to keep going forward no matter what's going on, whether we're doing it from home or we're doing it from what our habit has been of going to the office. This is the thing that a lot of people, and we should probably put this into the next, so I'll end with it and maybe we can talk about that, is the habits. And that's a huge, huge part of what has been going on with people.
Yeah.
Years and years and years and years of habit of going to the office. I get up, I brush my teeth, I do my exercise or whatever their morning routine is. I get in the car, or I get on the bus, or I ride my bicycle, whatever the routine is, and I go to work. I go to this particular place. And then I spend this many hours there doing my whatever it is I do. And then I come back home. You know, there's absolute, if you spoke to somebody and asked them to tell you what their day is, they would tell you the day is pretty much the same. They might do different things in that time while they're at work. Should be. If they're in a company of growth, it should be something slightly different every day, making it toward growing. But that was like, bang, stopped.
Yeah.
And when you are changing a habit, habits are tough to change. And that it was shifting paradigms in people from having that habit day in and day out. And this is what everybody was bumping up against, you know, in the very beginnings. And it's still what people are bumping up against right now.
Of course,
For
now
me,
they're facing new challenges. I mean, this huge, the corona, COVID has been the paradigm shift, so
absolutely.
to say. And now it's sort of like getting the airplane in a stable mode again.
It's kind of taken off, right?
It's like, wow, the rocket is like, wow, where's the way to the moon? Where's the way to the moon? So now it's, yeah, because a lot of people, I guess, I can see that they're at home, and now, oh, from yesterday to today, I have to work from home. and how do I do this, and how do I get myself disciplined enough to be working actually?
And it was not a planned change. Like for you, Julian, you had and I did as well. Mine's going back almost 20 years that I've been working from home and going to clients as I need to be there. I've been 20 years used to this, working from home, working on the internet. And for you, it was a choice when you left basically a corporate job and chose to become a consultant, a coach.
But still, it was a change
but it
back
was
then as well.
Absolutely. It was scary. It was a real scary time.
It was.
And this was not a choice for most people. This was an imposed on them by something completely out of their control.
Yeah.
So these are all I think we should probably stop here because we're going to go another hour if we keep going.
Yeah.
But I think this is probably really, really, really important for understanding of what's going on inside of you, the habits and the paradigms and why am I feeling like this? And I think if we stop here and start the next time talking all around those things about how that is so controlling of everything that we do.
Yeah. This is I think this has been a great conversation, but this is a good time to stop. Yeah, and we can pick up on these themes next week.
Absolutely.
So
on 30-minute mastermind.
Yeah,
thanks. It's about 40 minutes today.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, guys.
Oh, thank you both. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Julian.
Thank you, Julie.
I love every time we get together, and I can't wait to do it again next week.
Definitely.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.